it up.
Welcome to Maven Chronicles. I am your host, Grace Mayele, and welcome to MalaikaTV.com. On today's show, we're talking about building community, and I have the pleasure to introduce to you three gentlemen that go by the name of the Brotherhood as a unit. Gentlemen, welcome to Maven Chronicles.
Thank you very much.
Before we jump right into it, I'd like for you guys to tell us a bit about your background, because you guys are building a brand called the Brotherhood. What is it about? But before anything, talk to us about your background.
Essentially, it's a business that we decided to come upon after I'd gone on a vacation trip to Europe. And as growing up, I was always into the art scene. I was always into painting, music, and movies and theater. And once gone, I went to Serbia, Belgrade, the capital city there. And one thing that I definitely noticed is that the art scene in Europe and Serbia, it's very, it's vibrant. It's something that is pulsating everywhere you go. You feel it. You can't help but feeling it. And being in Ottawa since 2003 is something that I couldn't help but to notice. Because here in Ottawa, it's not that in the mainstream, right? You have to know where to go, know where to look for it.
It's a capital city. It's a government city.
Exactly. And one thing I really noticed that in this side of the world, especially North America, the closest European feel you get is Montreal.
Right.
Like I've been in a lot of different cities. New York has this great artistic vibe, but Montreal is that European feel to it. So I think it was a sporting event, probably a Super Bowl or an NBA playoffs, and I sat down with the guys and decided, hey, we all have different backgrounds, different aspects. Some of us majored in business, some of us IT, some of us political science, different things that we can incorporate and get together and form a business. And plus, so we all have love in arts in different aspects, different ways. So we decided to get together and help. Like the art movement in the city, it's already there. It's something that's vibrant. And so we decided to add our input to it, like help bring it out to the mainstream scale as much as we can, and help others that are also doing the same thing.
Well, it's funny how you really depicted every scene, the art scene in different settings, in various cities you've been in before, and which leads me to ask you, why Ottawa and not like a market like New York? Because people look at Ottawa and look at it such as a unidimensional type of market. They look at it as a small market that may not have as much potential. So considering where you've been before or where you guys have been as well, why Ottawa and why not cities like New York or Montreal or whatnot?
Essentially, the question I had to myself is, why not Ottawa?
That's a very good question.
Because we have a lot of young guys, we have a lot of youths, people who have the arts, fine arts course in Ottawa, UL Carleton. So we have the talent, and essentially one thing that happens is that we lose our talent to bigger city like Montreal and Toronto because we just don't have the platform for them to express themselves. A lot of the artists there, they're born in the city, and sometimes they have to pretty much leave the city, go to a bigger city. There's more competition, more cutthroat, just because we don't have that environment for them to build their art. So we decided to stay here and build it here, build a platform for them to make their names here. And then after they have their names out there, if they decide to move for a bigger thing, let's say if they decide to move to Toronto, Montreal, any other city in Canada, that's up to them. But as we decided to provide them with an option here in their home cities if they're from here.
It's funny, earlier you mentioned that you guys rounded up, so you basically rounded up the boys and decided to come up with this concept. And if there's one thing I liked about what you said earlier, you said a lot of us majored in different backgrounds. How about you two? Because I mean, you guys have different backgrounds in business, IT. How did you guys even come about forming this union? Because I mean, people look at that and say, how could you even go in business with your friends? How could you guys even be a bunch of boys? No women involved, no nothing. So I just thought that was really interesting. So if you guys could talk more about how this collaboration came about and how are you guys really making it work?
Absolutely. One of the key things really is you end up realizing you spend a lot of the time with these 6, 7, 8 individuals, and you realize that there is a connection. And for the members that essentially make up the Brotherhood, we all have very similar background. Either our parents have given us, through our parents' jobs, have given us the opportunity to really travel the world. So when you have that connection with different people, you're from similar backgrounds, what's stopping you? As my colleague just said, why not? And we find that over the time that we've been here in Ottawa, in different things we've invested in, whether it's school, whether it's friendship, whether it's the community, they've given us the opportunity to showcase what we have to offer. So we're trying to really push that back towards the community. And so we created an ensemble whereby I have a background in policy, he has a background in IT, he has a background in business. How do you bring that together and create a solid nucleus that's going to give birth to something else? So
You said it so eloquently, and I love how you said you guys are forming that solid nuclear as a unit, and this is what's so remarkable about your brand. It's a unit, and the unit is really set on building community. If now you guys could talk more and tell our audience a bit more about what it is that you guys are currently implementing, because you really pretty much define how your emphasis is in the art scene. So if you guys could talk a bit more in terms of what you guys are currently implementing and how you guys are favoring this market in Ottawa.
Right now, what we got working is Ottawa Art. It's
Right, which is
it's
a signature event.
It's our baby.
That's
We
it,
got
eh?
our event coming up, people. It's on August 30th at Fall Down Gallery. Just thought I'd put it out there.
Absolutely, put it out there, absolutely.
So what Ottawa Art is all about is like he said, we want to give local artists a chance to expose their art.
That's right.
We have a lot of talented town, and at the same time, we want to entertain our guests. So we like to offer spoken word, live poetry at the same time. So it's an evening where you have music, depending on how we feel. I DJ most of the time, so some nights we go maybe more mellow,
That's
other
right.
old school hip hop, just to give people an atmosphere to mingle. That's proper to mingling, I should say, and at the same time enjoy some poetry and get to meet our local artists. And we're proud to say that our last show, our artist was able to sell a lot of her pieces, and it means a whole lot for them. You know, just to have, like you said, the opportunity. We're talking about students at Ottawa U, at Carleton, people on the street that you would have never known that they have talent.
Yeah, you guys are
right there.
mending a niche that's untapped, right?
Pretty much.
And
So
building the platform.
That's what we're doing. That's our driving horse. We're working on a few different projects right now. Even whether it be the bursary, we have some more clothing drives going on. We
Right.
can talk about the clothing drive. And even, did I talk about the bursary? We're working on the bursary for young African kids. So we're getting out there.
Well, that's awesome. So basically, for those, again, who are still trying to familiarize with you guys, so you guys are an event production firm.
Yes.
And I believe you guys are also, like I said, you guys have also other expansion plans in terms of funding programs that you guys are launching, such as the bursary. Are there any things, are there any other things that you guys are launching on the horizon that you guys are planning on incorporating with the company?
I would say one of the key things is us being in art. One of the major aspects we'd really like to find a solid outlet to is the entertainment business. It is also a form of
Expression,
art
yeah.
expression. Us being relatively new to the game, it's something that we're really trying to make sure that we hanker down before we launch ourselves. So we're talking to a few, we would say, people that are in the entertainment, especially the nightlife entertainment business, trying to see how they can match with our vision. So you will be hearing, we don't want to say too much, but you will be definitely seeing,
I better be here.
absolutely seeing our logo on a couple different things out there.
Great. So based on what you were saying, so you were saying that you guys basically reach out to other locals.
Yes.
Do you guys also form different types of partnerships with these other local, like, I mean, you guys work with artists, you guys obviously work with the musicians, and as an event production firm, you guys also have to outsource and seek out different things. Are there any businesses or anything, any partnerships, strategic partnerships that you guys are currently aligning to also kind of take your events to the next dimension?
So in terms of partnership, but first of all, I'd like to thank our great friends at Fall Down Gallery for accepting us. It was a very important step forward for us to be credible in the art scene,
Absolutely.
to be able to expose people in the proper gallery. I mean, we experimented a few things, and it was hard, but nothing is good if it's not hard. So that's our first official partnership. We're working, I think the biggest partnership we're working with right now is getting into the poetry scene, slam poetry partnership, hopefully with some of the guys from Ottawa Slam, or I don't want to give out names just yet, just because it's all in the process, but they've been very supportive of what we're doing. We'd like to thank you for having us.
It's my pleasure, absolutely.
I mean, we're all supposed to take each other to the top.
Absolutely.
and we have web development partnerships. It's all coming toward that. That's my section, the IT side, because I want to make sure that we have a proper online presence, the blog, to reach out to different men, women, different ages, different interests. So we're partnering with different bloggers. Actually, we're gonna revamp the blog in the coming weeks, and hopefully people will catch on and they'll become the new phenomenon online. Who knows? Hopefully. If you guys think of some other partnerships that we have going on.
One of the ones that really jumps out to me is in any event that we always do, you want to promote your event, so you end up catching yourself talking to a lot of event hosting websites, and I'm usually responsible for that. One of the really beneficial portions of that experience is when you post something, is having the people from the organization write to you and just thirsty to learn more about your event. That's really nice. We've been able to contact a few different homes because we've done closing drives. So shelters, they actually want to know who is it that's doing this legwork for
who's
them.
Behind, yeah.
Who's the man behind the curtain? You talk to Young Ottawa being a government town, so you end up talking to a lot of different people and different things. Prospective artists in the closet. You know, I write poetry, but I would like to do more.
Because you won't know unless you're out there and building that relationship and building that connection. And you guys are really seeking out the indie talent, so you guys could really bring them out and build this platform.
Absolutely, couldn't have said it better. So it's an amazing trip. Just sometimes being able to pick up the call, you don't know who's on the other end.
Absolutely.
But they know of you and they want to work with you. So it's such they email you. It's just an amazing.
Everything is just full circle, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what's important, to be good to people, especially when you're trying to build something with such a deep foundation that's also meant to give to the community, right? You want to make sure that you're building the proper relationships, and at the same time too positioning yourself in such a way where you can give, receive, and build with these people, right? So based on that, what kind of reception have you guys been getting? Because essentially when you're trying to build partnerships with people, it's not always easy. Like you were saying, it can be challenging at times because you have to really get out of your comfort zone. So for people who are not used to really building those that don't really know how to connect or go about building or sealing a deal with other people, how would you advise them to do so?
I find that, it's all the same, but honesty is usually the best policy.
It is indeed.
You know, and in business, the more transparent you are, the better.
Absolutely.
Like, because a lot of times, some of the terms in a negotiation might not be might be like one-sided. So we try to make sure that everything is fully understood. Try to make sure that we get the artists that we work with, we get their perspective of things. Let them know that, hey, this is the contract that we have for you, but is there any stipulation in the contract that you are personally against or feel like it's not really favoring you? Let us know, because we're willing to mend and work with them as much as we can.
Flexibility is so
Exactly.
needed. Yeah.
Flexibility is very important. Plus, one of the things that we're doing, we're trying to create an umbrella of people that we can work with at any time. An umbrella, and one thing we also do, back to the partnership, we're also trying to form a partnership with the artists, that we don't just support you when you're in our show.
Right.
Whenever you have an exhibit happening, let us know.
There's a follow-up,
we'll
absolutely.
go there.
There's a follow-up strategy.
Yeah, we'll tweet about it. We'll be there. We'll presently be there. One of our members will be there. And also, being in event production, you get to work with a lot of different people.
Absolutely.
We work with musicians because we have a special segment in Ottawa Art that we play music from local Ottawa artists. If they have mixtapes, we give them out too. And we also get the photographer that we work with. And I've had a couple of people asking me, hey, I've seen your photos, I really like the photographer, who are you working with? And essentially, we connect him to the people asking for it, and it's something that we'll keep on doing. And I feel like this point, it's 2012. Nobody can make it alone.
Absolutely. This is the year of collaborations.
Exactly.
And with this economy, you really have to connect the proper dots and really reach out. And you're not going to get what you want unless you're opening your mouth and really asking and also collaborating with other people. And I love that we are coming to this point because we have to go. But guys, be sure to tune in next week as we continue this segment with the Brotherhood, who are definitely going to give us more about what they're talking about, what they are doing, and we're going to continue this segment on building community and knowing further how to network and empowering our community. So guys, stay tuned. You've just watched your episode of Maven Chronicles. I am your host, and make sure you catch us next week for a segment with the Brotherhood.
up.